Hey guys, this is Sumit, and in the last video we were discussing about the models, and in this video we are going to use users table. That is an inbuilt table of Django. So without wasting time, let's get started. But before this, I'm going to show you how to use static files, that is JavaScript file, CSS file, and images. I'm showing you another project in which I have used CSS files, but you can see here. Wait. You can see here CSS files are not working because of some permission issues. What I have used in some other phone, and in that phone these things was working very well. So it will not work in my phone, but in your phone it will definitely work. If it would not work in your phone, please check CSS file working in your phone or not. To check the CSS, make a HTML file, and inside this HTML file use CSS files and try to run it. If it will run, then please comment, I will tell what is the problem. As you can see here, I have used link tag to add CSS file inside this HTML file. Let's create a CSS file. So firstly, let's save inside our folder, that is A. Inside this I'm going to use make a folder here. You can give any name. I'm going to use static folder because we have to mention this folder is here inside our settings of Django. So let's create a file. Let's say home style.css. We have to mention these files are there because we cannot use directly inside our Django. So let's create a file. I'm going to change the background. So background will be, let's say, has, I'm going to use has value here. So let's say has ccc. It will be something like gray color. And now I'm going to show you I have used this file here. And now we have to mention our this folder inside our settings. So let's jump inside our settings.py, and in the last we have some static urls, statics, you can see here. After this we have to mention our folder. So let's make a static files underscore dir, file underscore dir. We can use both of these, static file or static files. So I have tried both, but it will not work in my phone because of some permission issue. So I'm going to use here, uh, I'm going to take a list, and inside this I'm going to mention our path. So as we seen before, as we seen before, how to add the path, that is os.path.join, and inside this there will be the base underscore directory, that is dir, and then we have to mention our folder, that is static, right? Okay, it's it is small. So let's static. And now after that we have also to mention that after using these files it will save their own data inside some other folder. So we have to use the static underscore root, that will be the root directory of that project. So we have also we have we have to mention this, and here we have to add the path, that is os dot path dot join base underscore dir, and then the name of the folder. You can use any name. I'm going to use here assets. So let's say assets, but we know that there is no folder something like that, so we have to create it. So let's go back inside our folder, and here we have to make a folder, and the name will be assets. So let's save it. And now the main thing is that we have to run a command. So let's jump on the terminal, and here let's go inside our folder, that is cda, and here we have to use collect statics instead of run server, and the job is done. Okay, so let's try to run it, and then you can see here 130 static files copied to that assets folder. So let's jump on this assets folder, and as you can see here we have got lots of files. I don't know what is the work of these files, but these are some inbuilt file of Django. So you can see here we got lots of files. Now to use these files we have to do one more thing. So let's jump inside our home.html, and here we have to load our static files. So to load static files we have to mention inside a Jinja code, that is load static. Okay, load static, and here we have to mention this is a static file. So inside the static, inside a code we have to mention this file is static, and then inside a code we have to add one more code. So I'm going to use here double quotes. As you can see here how I have done that. Okay, let's save it, and now let's jump on the terminal and run it. Run server. There is nothing more than this, but it will not work, we know that. Here you can see it's not working. Okay, here you can see we got 404, that is file not found. So let's try again using static files, adding as I have deleted all the things inside assets, that's why it is showing 130 static files copied. Okay, let's try again, and again it is showing 404 error, but it will definitely work in your phone, so don't worry about that. Let's jump on the home.html, and here I'm going to change some HTML, that is I will take username, email and password as an input, and then I will create an account. So this is something like you sign up page, and here I'm going to change this. Okay, let's say username, placeholder also be a username, and here instead of this color I'm going to take a email, and then let's copy it, and here I'm going to take a password. Okay, placeholder also with the password. So let's, instead of this result, I'm going to call login page. So let's say login page, let's put a hyphen here. Okay, but we don't have something like login.html, so let's first create a home login page.html. So let's create a new file, and let's save it as inside our templates. Let's save it as login page.html hyphen login hyphen page.html. And now I'm going to copy all the code from the home.html and paste over here. So let's copy it from home.html. After this I will ask for login, so first let's remove the email from here. We just need username and password, and here we will call the result. So we have one home and the login page and the result. So let's save it, and let's first we have to specify the inside our URLs. Okay, but before this I'm going to remove these stuffs. Okay, let's remove the Pydroid3 name, and after login we will specify the name of the user, so let's keep it empty. We will put username later. So let's go inside our urls.py, and here we have to specify our login page. So let's copy the path and paste over here, and paste it here, and then change here to login page. Let's say login hyphen page, and let's change the login hyphen page, and after the views dot also here. Now we have to define login hyphen page inside our views. So let's jump on views.py, and here we have to specify, and I have created. Let's jump on that file in which we are calling login hyphen page.html or login hyphen page. So let's jump on inside our home.html, and inside this we are taking the username, email and password. So let's fetch the email, username and password. Yes, username, password. So to fetch the details, we have done that. So let's, if the request dot method, there may be chances we are not fetching the details and we are calling the function that is login page, so it will not fetch the data. So that's why we are saying that if the request is post, that is if someone is sending the data, then it will get the data, otherwise it will not take the data. So let's say request dot method equals to post. After that I will fetch the data from the server. So we have seen how to fetch the data, so let me quickly done that. Let's say username is equals to request dot post, and post should be capital, and inside this post method I want to fetch the data of username. I have copied and pasted over 3 times, so let me change this as an email. If you want to take password twice, so you can check here what the passwords are matching or not. So let me quickly change these names. Here I have to change the type of the input, so let's say email, and here the type will be password. To send the data inside our user table, we have firstly import this because it is an inbuilt table of Django. So let's import this. To import the user, we have to simply say from Django dot contrib dot auth import user, and the u of the user will be in capital, so take care of this. Now we are going to use inbuilt functions of this user, so let's create an object that we have done in the last video. So let me create a object here. Let's say new underscore user, and here we have to use user dot objects. But before this, I think I have missed something, so let's go back. Here we have to use models. Okay, auth dot models. So let's say models, and then now let's come back, and here we will use objects. So let's say users dot objects dot create underscore user, and this will help you to insert the data inside our user table. And there are lots of functions except this create underscore user, that is get underscore password, I mean not get underscore password, get underscore user, set underscore password, and there are lots of functions. So we can do without using these function any work, but these are some shortcuts, so you have to check these functions. So to insert the data, we have to mention the username, that will be username, and the password will be password, and email will be email. So let me quickly done that. We can also specify this user is a staff user or not, and this user is active or not. Actually by default the staff user is false, but we can change from here. So let's say new user dot is underscore staff equal to true, but I'm not going to do that because I'm just giving an idea how to do that. So let me remove this, and to save, or can we say to commit this statement, we have to run one more command that we have actually done that in the last video, that is new underscore user dot save. It's underscore dot save. I also want to send the username from here, so let's simply say locals instead of using dictionary. And now let's jump inside, let's save it, and now let's jump inside login page. And here I'm going to use if condition, if is there any username, then it will print the username, I mean it will print some message. So let's say if username, if the method will be post, this means there is no username, then it will not print the message. So the message will be please login and username. Let me quickly close the s1 tag and if condition. Actually I have forgot something to tell you in the last video, that is we cannot use if condition, something like that can be used inside our Python. So to use if condition, first we have to use if and then equal, and then we have to specify two names that we want to match, something like let's say inside codes, let's say something, and then without using equal sign, and then this. We cannot use something like okay, we cannot use something like, let's say inside codes, let's say equal to and inside code. So take care of this, I have forgot to tell you. Here we are calling results, so let's set up results inside our views.py. So now we have to paste the username and password, so let's change it as the username and password. Let's also change the variable and remove the unwanted stuffs. To check the username and password, we have to import one more module here, so let's import it. So from Django.contrive, import auth, the name of the module is auth. And now we have to I'm going to use one function from the auth. To check the username and password, we are going to use auth.authenticate function. So if the username with that password will be in our user table, so it will fetch all the details of that user. So let's create an object, let's say user is equals to, it will fetch all the details inside this user, auth dot authenticate, and inside authenticate, and inside this authenticate we are going to pass username and password. Let's say username will be username and password will be password. So to check username exists or not, I'm going to use if user is not known. That means there is some user. Okay, and after that I'm going to check is user is active or not. To check this, I'm going to use user dot is underscore active. It will print true or false, that is boolean value. So after check both the condition, I will log in the user. To log in, simply says auth dot login, and then we have to pass request object inside this, and then the user object. So let's first object will be request and the other will be user. After this I will send the user inside a login page. So now I'm going to use else condition if there is no such a user, so I will redirect it inside login page. So let's copy this and paste over here. Let's copy it and paste over here, so it will redirect the page if the username and password is invalid. But I also want to send the message that is username or password is invalid. So let's say message may, I hope it will not a function, so let's say message underscore equals to true, and I want to send this message. So I'm going to create a dictionary here. And now if there will be some message, I want to print that message. So after this submit button, I want to print that message. So I'm going to use if condition here. If there will be some message, it will print the message that is something is wrong, try again. So let's save it. And I also want to send the username after login. So here, okay, and I don't want this for loop here, so let's remove this. Now everything looking good. Okay, and now I think we cannot use hyphen while defining a function or a variable. So let's try. Okay, let's try to run the server. If it will not work, we will change this. Okay, I have forgot to put a comma here, so let's jump back and put a comma over here. Okay, here. Let's save it and run again. Okay, we got an error here. Actually, I have told you there is some mistake here. We cannot use hyphen while defining a name or a variable. So let's come back and remove the hyphen. Let's remove the page and hyphen. Let's save it. And we have also mentioned in the inside URLs. So let's change this, and let's also change the name. Actually, it's not necessary to change the name, but let's change it. Save it and run again. Okay, now let's enter the username here. Oh, actually I have used Sumit, so let's say Rahul, and then the Rahul @gmail.com, and the password will be com, and the password will be anything. Let's say Rahul 1234567 and submit. Okay, you can see here we have successfully created the account, and here please login Rahul is shown. Now let's login. Okay, we have successfully created our app. So let's check admin page here. So okay, admin, and now here you can see you are authenticated as Rahul but are not authorized to access this page because is underscore what can we say, is underscore staff is not true here. So let's put up our previous name, that is Sumit, and the password is 1234, and let's go inside users. Okay, inside users, and you can see here we got a Rahul as a new user, and the is underscore staff is not true. So now I'm going to show you how can we edit our file without stopping the server. Actually, it's quite amazing to see. So let's first run the server from here. Okay, now let's jump inside our files, that is file manager, and here you can open any file from here using docs, and here you will get the option of Pydroid3, but I because of some issues I'm not getting the Pydroid3 option here, but I have used in some other phones, it is working clearly, so don't think it will not work in your phone. This is not working in my phone because of some permission issues. Now I'm going to show you how to run our application in some another phone. So we just have to do you have to go inside our settings, and here we have to specify the IP address here, or we can also specify hashtag, that means allow all the hosts. So let's make it simple, and let's come on second phone, and here you have to turn on hotspot. Okay, okay, turn off the Bluetooth and turn on the hotspot, and in our phone connected, as you can see here I have connected the phone, and let's go inside settings, inside Wi-Fi, in the additional setting, and here you can see the IP address is 132.160 at 40.8. so let's come inside terminal, and here you have to specify the server. So let's say python-py run server, and here we have to specify in which IP address we want to run the server. So 192 168 43 8 and okay, I have run the server and the same address I have to mention here. So let me quickly do that. So it's 192. Oops, it's 192.168.43.8 and then okay, sorry, and then we have to mention the port number. I have given here 8000. So let's, you can see here we have successfully run the server in some another phone. So we have seen how to edit the file without stopping the server and run the server in some other phone. So we can do both the thing at the same time to make it more comfortable. So let me quickly done that. Okay, let's submit it. Okay, we got an error because Sumit is already, and we do not mention in our views.py that something is exists, so we do not have to do anything and it's go back. So to check the user is exist or not, you have to uh, put the if condition. In if condition you have to mention if user dot objects dot get, and then we have to specify username is equals to username. If the username is not none, then you can do the same thing. As you can see here, we have done the lots of thing here, so you can done that. Okay, now we have successfully run the server in some other phone. Now I think I have entered the wrong password here. Inside results.html you can add one more form in which you can send the logout request, and to logout we just have to define in views.py, let's say define logout, and then here we just have to do one thing, that is auth dot logout, and inside logout we have to mention the request object. So and we will redirect to login page. So I hope you can do it yourself, so I'm not going to do it. Now I'm going to show you how to use regular expressions. To use these regular expressions, first before string use r, and use our triangle in the beginning and dollar sign in the last. So it will redirect the page if you enter this results only. Okay, I'm going to show you if you will not use regular expressions. So it will also match this I mean it will also match something like, let's assume it backslash result backslash and something. So it will also match this type of string. So to avoid this, we have to use regular expression. To use this, before string you use r for regular expressions, and then upper triangle and results, and then you can also use here slash, and also in the end, and then the dollar sign. So it will just match this type of string, that is slash results and slash. But this is not all about regular expressions. If you want to learn regular expressions, there are lots of video on YouTube. and you can search for that. So this is enough for today, and I think we have completed the basic of Django, and we can make any website using these basics. But there are lots of shortcuts and there are lots of things to learn inside of Django. So first practice these things and then go through the advanced level. Something like to translate or to internationalize your website, there are lots of things in Django. You have to learn this. And thank you for watching this video. Please comment, like and subscribe. If you get any doubt, you can comment here. I am always here to solve your doubts. And thank you for watching.